Miami. You either love it or hate it. This city that just a few years ago was only known for South Beach, Lincoln Road, and the party days of Ocean Drive. Most tourists think they know Miami by hanging out those flashy restaurants, spending all day at the beach, going club at the Fontainebleau Hotel, or ordering the big margarita drinks on Ocean Drive. But is that the real Miami? What about the new upscale design district? What's up with the homeless situation going on downtown? Does anybody really care about it? What about this new artistic area called Wynwood? Do we even care to learn about the Cuban culture and delicious cuisine going on in Cayocho or West Miami? What about Brickell in the financial district, which is slowly turning into a mini New York City? What if I told you that Miami is my home and I visit South Beach maybe once or twice a month? Would you be surprised? Miami is transforming faster than your eyes can realize, and it's already one of the most exciting, diverse US destinations. Future will tell if Miami will prove its critics wrong. Maybe won't, and that's okay too. We will continue to have tourists pouring down here, running away from cold weather and looking for beach, shopping, and fun. I have to warn you, if you don't like diversity and really don't want to be around people from other parts of the world, this city will spit you out faster than the speed of light. Cosmopolitan, unapologetic, hot, foodie, artistic, beachy, flashy, and fun. Welcome to Miami.
You know, it's very personal because I've been in Miami for close to 10 years, right? So of course I have this desire to travel the world, showcase cultures, But I always come back to Miami. It always feels like home. Miami is not perfect. We all know that. But I see these beautiful people everywhere, right? The weather is amazing. The food is great. We have pretty much every culture here. I mean, what's up with this place? Like, is there a place like that in the world and also in the United States?
Having this great weather year-round, having such a fun place, such a vibrant place, so much energy because there's always sort of something new to do, and I think it has to do with the fact that there's always new ideas and new people here all the time.
When I travel in the United States to other cosmopolitan cities like this one, I believe that everyone wants to be an American. Everybody's American. In Miami, everybody's so proud of being what they are. If you're Cuban, you want to be the more Cuban person. If you're from Brazil, you're Brazilian. If you're Chinese, you're Chinese. Everybody wants to represent their culture, and I like that. Nobody is trying to be an American or speak perfect English. Everybody wants to identify and be what they are, and I like that.
I have friends from northern part of the United States, right, that they would love to visit and of course migrate to Miami and move to Miami and all that. And I always tell them, look, if you're not comfortable being with people from other races, from other cultures, they're like, people are not speaking English all the time, Miami is gonna spit you out so fast you're not even gonna see it.
Miami just has so many new vibrant neighborhoods that have popped up, right? When we talk about Brickell, Wynwood, Midtown, there's so many new neighborhoods.
I think Midtown is a more affordable area for people it's a little bit more affordable than Brickell. And people, move in, and the young people move in and live here, and they shop here.
I definitely can see the differences. I mean, I almost call this like a little mix between like Brickell and Edgewater, right? So even the people that live here, they're a little bit more mellow, and they also like to have quick access to Wynwood and all those areas.
And I think one of the big things that's driving kind of all these kind of shops and concentration is also traffic. It's gotten so bad that you have this micro communities kind of popping out, where people just want to work and walk places.
All right, so we're getting to Wynwood, right? There's so much happening in this area.
There's been an explosion of art and food and music that's collided into this neighborhood that it's unique to Miami.
When my daughters are, 23, 27, tell me we're going to Wynwood, I know they're going to have a great time. It's a lot of places to party really, really hard here, like we like to do it in Miami.
This looks like an Asian Central in the middle of Latin world here. Like, this is incredible.
You're like me, you have the spare fork.
Yes, absolutely. I just like making things easier,
Okay.
Sorry, my Asian friends, I still keep my fork. Enjoy, guys.
Well, right now we're at Gateway Fields Brewery. It's one of the places where they make very distinct beers. People like to come for very different flavored beers, but one of my favorite things is my Maiden Dade sign. the magazines, right? In regards to this is where you have your Tom Ford, your all the major brands are really here. And when you contrast that to the next 3 blocks over, where there's people sleeping on the streets, and it's just it's part of what you run into here. Very Latin, predominantly Cuban. So back in the 80s, a big part of the Cuban community landed here in the US and they established themselves in Calle Ocho. You see the influence everywhere. We're about to have a croqueta preparada, and while we're waiting, we're going to be having Cuban coffee.
All right, so now we're in a Cuban center of Miami right here, huh?
A lot of the people you see playing here are the ones that arrived here back in the 80s, and they've been doing this the whole time. We're just getting to see them now that the area is kind of revitalized.
Right.
There's so much energy back in Miami, but they've been doing this for the last 20 years since they left in the 80s, in the last 30 years. If you want to be a competitive domino player, this is
You
where
gotta
you
start
come.
now. You gotta start now.
This is the World Cup right here. You now see the revival of this area, right? Because back in the day, it used to be like just talking about there was nothing here.
You would not come here because you would think about a bunch of old people just playing dominoes and fighting against each other, and you don't want to be here. But now, with all the changes, the ball and chain, the Cuba Ocho,
there's music
have
places.
activities on the weekends.
There's restaurants,
People want to
there's
come.
events.
People want to have it. People want to enjoy this, and you know how nice and quiet it is now.
And
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Cuban food is just something that's exquisite in my mind. It's just so rich. And also they've gotten very big with murals, so you see a lot of the Afro culture that's kind of around. If you look around, a lot of the murals kind of show that African background for a lot of Cubans. It's just great, and you see it in the salsa, and you see it in the music, and you kind of see it all around. And I guess it's something that Caribbeans do very well. They don't have that kind of race stigma that might be in other places. Here they're just all Cuban.
Sin ser puro, queda envuelto en una ilusión, porque la española cuando besa, haya que besa.
What an amazing day, right?
Oh my God, it's been
Absolutely.
incredible.
Welcome to Miami.
This is like, we went some of the tourist areas, but we saw a lot of the local stuff, right? I wanted to ask you guys this before we close the video. Are you guys optimistic or pessimistic about Miami? What do you think Miami is going to look like in the next 20 years for you guys?
I think it's an interesting question, right? Because we've been seeing some areas that were more traditional kind of commercialized a little bit. So I think that's a scare. I think Miami is going places, going to continue to build and get better. So I'm not concerned in that area. I do think we need to be intentional about maintaining areas like this, right? Otherwise, then they commercialize and then they lose, kind of their what makes them special. And they just become kind of another place, right? So I think that's the core. I think the great thing is that Latin people are extremely inventive and they're non-conformist and they don't like to be bored. And if the place becomes boring, they'll go pick up shop and go somewhere else and make another place interesting.
Well, I'm very optimistic, super optimistic about Miami, about what it's going to, and very optimistic about the young people that are, being raised here in Miami, because everyone is acquiring all these cultures that we bring when we immigrate here, and they're getting all those cultures. And if you see this place, maybe you might see a little bit older crowd now, but if you come at night, you're gonna see all these young people enjoying the same thing, enjoying the salsa, enjoying seeing all these things. Of course, enjoying the other areas that we went today, Wynwood, Midtown, the Design District. Very optimistic, and I think Miami, like I told you, is gonna be up here in the next 10 years. Together with all the big cities in the USA.
I'm also really excited. I can't wait to see what the future is going to bring. And thank you guys for making the time to showcase that to the world. And hopefully you'll bring more people here.
Thank you for inviting us in your adventure. We had a great time. My favorite phrase about Miami, and I'm going to sound Cuban now. I love you, Miami, like Livan said. I always said that. I love you, Miami. I don't see myself living any place else than here. We love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Miami is not an easy city to understand, but you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure out. This travel documentary was not meant to be about South Beach either. You have enough of that out there. It was meant to be about the new artistic areas, Cuban culture, the history, local jams, and the residents that built it and the families that made it this city beautiful. It was about what you need to know, not really what you already know. This is one of the great cultural melting pots in the world. You must be able to enjoy year-round summer, diversity, beautiful people, great food, countless beaches, warm weather, impatient drivers, tourists, people always late, some flashy stuff here and there, and tons of fun. Once you're down here, you realize that you either belong or you don't. Miami will either steal your heart or maybe will break it in many, many pieces, and you'll be fine. And life in South Florida will move on without you. And because change down here is inevitable, I believe Miami will also continue to evolve for the better and faster than most cities due to its diversity. And if you do appreciate the best things that the city has to offer, your life may very well become, well, an endless vacation. Miami may not be perfect, but one thing we can all agree on is the fact that the city has many things going and knows how to have a great time. Like the famous quote says, the tents will fade, but the memories will last forever.